Alright guys, so I wanted to show you the new update. Let me turn the unit on. So what they have added in version 3.0 is a different frequency. Right now I'm in multi-frequency, and if we hit the frequency button, you'll see right away 4 kilohertz. That's brand new in the 3.0 update. This is going to kind of hopefully give me a new view of this same area. The other thing I have going for me is that they've cleared the land. So we're going to try out the 4 kilohertz. I'm going to use the small coil, see if I can't really sniff out something that I missed. And we're also going to play with the recovery speed, because I really learned how much that affects it. That low recovery speed, it does give you depth, but then you start to really lose the separation. So if you go with the high recovery speed, you can really separate, but then you lose depth. So we're going to just kind of play around with the different settings and see what happens. Alright guys, I just have to show you this one. This is in multi-frequency. We got a 6 of 7. I would not dig that. Not normally. Now we're going to switch to the new 4K, 4 kilohertz rather, and notice the difference. Total other end of the spectrum. So, I mean, this is my first time. My gut still says iron, but we're going to see what we find. Will you look at that? I'm not necessarily saying it's anything spectacular, but it's not iron. I would not have found that without this new mode. Actually, I mean, it's interesting. It's breaking, but it's actually some kind of a hinge if you look at it. So I'm not gonna mess with it anymore. It's already pretty well broke, but I mean, that's something. That's something I would have wanted to dig. So very cool. Seems like a big target. Wasn't super deep. That's all over the place. Let's see what we got. I can feel it. Oh yeah, that's awesome, guys. Do you see that? Oh man, that is my first one. It's just cool when you find something that is something. I mean, yeah, I know that's a little vague, but now look how irregular that is. Is that, huh? Let me clean it up a little bit. All right, guys, so I made it real slimy trying to clean it for you, but it's actually been bent. But you can see this side was used as a hammer. It's all kind of smashed, and it was clearly an axe head. It's obviously period. Been there a long time. Thank goodness I'm right by the car, so I don't have to lug this around. Cool. All right, so the new 4 kilohertz strikes again. I know it's just a nail, but if I'm going to dig a nail, that's the kind of nail I want to dig. I call that more of a spike. And, you know, that's square. Look at that rose head on it. That baby is definitely period. Very cool. I'll take a nail like that. Wouldn't have found it without the 4 kilohertz. So I'm learning some new stuff about this new 4 kilohertz mode. You got to be a little more picky. It really makes nails sound a lot better. So I just had to adjust and be a little pickier. And I'm not really digging nails. This is something I would want to dig. It made this sound pretty darn good. As you've probably seen in my videos and others, we dig a ton of these in old areas. I don't know exactly what they are. I've seen them associated with horse tack going on the hane, which I'll kind of give you a picture of what that is. So that might be what it is, but it's old, it's a relic. All right, so I'm starting to perfect a couple of techniques here. One, the high recovery speed, boy does it help with the pinpointing. But sometimes, I'm gonna put my microphone to where you can for sure hear this. You hear that grunt? So that grunt can mean two things. It can mean that it's really just iron, because a lot of times with big iron, at the edge of it, you'll get that high tone, or it can mean there's two items. So what's invaluable is to go ahead and do a pinpoint and look to see if there's two items. So we're gonna hit pinpoint. Another little trick I learned with pinpoint is you got to give it a second. Okay. We distinctively got a target there, and we got a target there. You see that? It's right there. Now that we know exactly where it is, see how you don't even hear that deep tone? That is a good target. I'm pretty excited about this one, guys. That's good numbers around here. That's usually button, something good. I don't think I'm going to be digging iron. Let's see. Let's see if I can pinpoint it first. Right there, guys. All right, guys, it's in my hand. Tell me it's not a nail. Don't be a nail. Not allowed to be a nail. It's not a nail. Okay? Well, I don't know that it's anything awesome, but it's not a nail, guys. I'll take not a nail right now. So we had to hit it with the old pee-pee juice. Well, I think I'm going to need your help, guys. So this thing's bent up. I think originally it was flat, and both sides, it looks like it was actually kind of symmetrical. This little thing in the middle, if I didn't know better, I mean, it looks like the middle of a shotgun head stamp. But then if you look over here, you see it looks just like the other side. I'm afraid if I try and open it, it'll probably break it. You can tell it's brittle. So I really don't know what that is. It has kind of like a impression around it here. A hole on both sides. There's the impression on this side. I don't know, I was looking to see if I could find anything on the back. I don't see anything on the back either. So if you have a clue, give me a comment, guys. Need to know. All right, so I just found something interesting that I wouldn't have found without the new mode, because I checked it both ways and it wasn't a very good signal. It actually had a nail way above it, but I think what it was really picking up on was this. So, I mean, it is made out of iron, but it's definitely a relic. Normally I just find little pieces of pots. This is like the whole lid. So it's kind of cool. I'll probably clean it up. All right, so this one I pretty much knew was big iron. I thought it was a pipe, it seemed so long. But, you know, since it was big, I thought, hey, it could be interesting, let's dig it. Well, it's interesting. That's obviously old. It's some form of buckle, I would have to say. So big, I'd have to almost think horse related somehow. I haven't found a ton of buckles, but this is definitely the largest buckle I've ever found. And I have a feeling it will hold that record for quite some time. That is a big buckle. Definitely worth cleaning up, very cool. Oh boy, I was really debating about whether digging this one. It's actually one of the best signals I've had in a long time. 16, 17, not just the steadiness, but normally there's always iron right around it, so you just don't know. This one, I didn't get any iron around it, so. But I'm just so tired, I didn't want to take the time to film it, so we'll see. Well, I'm glad I dug it, guys. Oh yeah. So I'm going to be very careful not to destroy this. So, looks like a suspender clip, but it's the most complete one I've ever seen. It's actually got both sides of it. I've actually never seen anyone dig one that's like that. That's pretty unusual. Sorry, there's stuff flying around my legs making me itch. Ow. I don't know if I'm getting stung or getting poked. I don't know, but it's irritating. Oh, I'm getting stung. It's ants. Okay, we're gonna relocate, guys. All right. You can see how fragile it is. Part of it actually just broke off, but the cool thing is you can see the whole clasp. You know, so I mean, I could actually maneuver it off into two pieces. And you can see there's probably even a teeny bit of fabric still in there. There's definitely a suspender clip. It almost looks like it has a heart built into it, but the way it would hang would be upside down. Doesn't look like there'll be a maker's mark. It's you know, it's pretty broken up, but yeah, that's cool. I'm definitely glad I found that. So yeah, somebody was, you know, wearing these suspenders 160 years ago, and then did they dispose of them? Did they break and fell, and you know, he almost lost his pants and got humiliated? It's hard to say. We don't know exactly how that went down, but somehow it ended up in the ground and in my hand. So I'm happy with that. That's cool. All right, guys, so I had a fun hunt, a place that I thought was kind of hunted out. I'd been here for several times without finding anything too good. A couple things happened. The homeowners cleared the area where it was a lot easier to get to it. But this update from MineLab, really cool. I will give you the link in the description of how to get it, because I believe it's really only available in the UK. But I was able to get it and use it, and it works great. You got to be careful. It's going to get you to dig more junk. If you're afraid to dig junk, then you shouldn't be doing this. But you're going to find a lot more relics. As you can see, this place that I've hunted many times. So found this pot lid, which is pretty cool. A lot of this stuff I'm going to clean up. My first axe head, very used, as you can tell, both as an axe and as a hammer. This suspender clip, which actually is both parts. Right here, it still comes together and goes apart. You can see the little clasp, really cool. Give you kind of a close-up of it. Just a lot of little pieces of metal, but I was able to sniff out this stuff that's, you know, either tombac or, you know, brass or copper. I'm thinking tombac. It's very shiny and it's very brittle. This piece here, I did find a shotgun head stamp that wasn't filmed. This old hinge. And then, of course, this huge buckle. Very cool buckle. I'll definitely be cleaning that up. Another one of these rings. And when you consider, you know, I've been here probably 4 hours, you can see how much good stuff I did. That's really all the junk I dug. I emptied my pouch here. That's not bad. You know, it does take some sniffing out and some discrimination, but it works. So I'm very happy with it. Very glad I came. We'll see you in the next video. As I mentioned before, very close to my 100 subscriber mark, so I'm going to be doing a giveaway. I've been thinking a lot about it. I've got a couple possibilities, but one possibility I have, let's just say it's definitely treasure. So I think it's something you guys would like. So stay tuned for that. We'll see you at the next one.